This video is going to be going over Chapter 1, Lesson 6, Ordered Pairs and Relations. So once again, starting off with some vocabulary terms that we need to know. The first is a coordinate system or a plane. It's used to locate points. So this kind of graphy guy down here, that's what a coordinate plane is. So it's got your x and your y axes, like listed here. Your x-axis is this one, the horizontal number line. Your y-axis then is the one that goes up and down. Your origin is the point 0, 0. So it's where the number lines intersect. So the center point is the origin. Like if I were to ask you what your origin is, it's asking you where you came from, right? So all of our numbers will always start at the origin when we're trying to find R. An ordered pair is written as x, comma, y, and it represents a point on the coordinate plane. So if I were to put a point right here, my x-coordinate would be 1, 2, 3. Because I'm starting at the origin and going over until I find my coordinate. It's at 3 on the x-axis, and then it goes up 1, 2, 3 from the origin. So it's at 3 on the y-axis. So our x-coordinate, I guess we'll do our y-coordinate first. Our y-coordinate is 3, as well as our x-coordinate being 3. X comes first in the alphabet, so x goes before y. That's how I remember that. So now we're going to graph an ordered pair. So we want to graph the point J, which is 5, 3, and K, which is 0, 4, on the coordinate plane. So our steps are as follows. 1, start at the origin. 2, go over the number of units the x-coordinate is. Then 3, go up the number of units the y-coordinate is. So we're going to do J first here. So it's at 5, 3. So we're starting at our origin, which is right here in the center, and going over 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it says go up the number of units the y-coordinate is. So up 3. 1, 2, 3. So boom, there's point J at 5, 3. K, we want 0, 4. So step 1, start at the origin. We want to go over 0. So I'm not going to move at all. And then to figure out where we are on the y, go up the number of units the y-coordinate is. So up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our point K. So if it says 0, you just don't move at all. Whether if it's in the x or the y. The x you wouldn't move left or right, the y you wouldn't move up or down. It would just stay on that number line. So I want you to try and graph these and check and see if they're matching up with where mine are. So Q is at 2, 3. R is at 5, 0. S is at 3, 1.5. And T is at 4.5, 3.5. Okay, so check and see if those are the same. If not, see where you went wrong. Now we want to write an ordered pair from a point. Wow. Write an ordered pair from a point. So we want to write the ordered pair that names each point. So we have A and B on our coordinate plane there. So we're going to start at the origin. We're going to move left or right on the x-axis until we find the line that our point is on. That's the x-coordinate for our ordered pair. So A, I'm going to go over 1, 2. So it's along this line of 2 right here. So our x-coordinate is 2. Then we want to move up or down on the y-axis to find our point. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So our point A is at 2, 4. Now to get B, move left or right? Well, I'm not going to move at all because it's already there. So that one's at 0. And then move up or down. So we're going to go up 1, 2. So the coordinate pair for point B then would be 0, 2. Now you go ahead and try and see what you come up with and see if it matches what I have. So C is at over 1, up 2. Over 1, up 2. 1, 2. D is over 1, 2, 3, up 0. So 3, 0. Got some more vocabulary here for you. A relation. And what a relation is it's a set of ordered pairs. So below here is an example of a relation. So you've got ordered pair 2, 3, ordered pair 3, 5, and ordered pair 4, 1. And they're all within the squiggly brackets or the curly brackets, as the technical term, but I usually spell out squiggly brackets. And the squiggly brackets are kind of by the P on your keyboard. You have to hit the shift button in order to get that curly bracket. Your domain then is the set of x coordinates. So all of the first numbers in your ordered pairs, right? So 2, 3, 4. That's your domain. Your range then is the y coordinates. So 3, 5, 1 are your range. And the way I remember that is domain, when you write it, like if we were to be old school learning how to write, domain all stays within that line, right? As does the letter X. When we're writing and learning how to write, we write range. Guess what? The G goes below the line, and so does the letter Y. So your range goes with your Y because they both have a droopy letter. Your X goes with the domain because it stays where it belongs. So relations, they can be expressed in many different ways. 3 being ordered pairs, right here, a table, and a graph. So this wants us to express the relation 2, 3, 3, 5, and 4, 1 as a table, graph, and ordered pairs. Then we want to figure out the domain and range. So our ordered pairs here, 2, 3, 3, 5, 4, 1. We just have to write them out. Easy. A table has an x side and a y side. So our 2 goes with our 3 goes with our 5, and our 4 goes with our 1. And then over here I graphed all those points. So I went over 2 up 3, over 3 up 5, and over 4 up 1. Now our domain is our x coordinates, so 2, 3, and 4. Whereas our range is our y coordinates, 3, 5, and 1. And I kind of put them in different colors over here too for you to see. So just a lot of work, not too difficult. So I want you to try to express the relation 2, 4, 0, 3, 1, 4, and 1, 1 as a table, and then determine the range and domain. So pause here, try, and check back and see if you got what I got. So we've got our x and our y, 2, 4, 0, 3, 1, 4, 1, 1. Our domain. And don't forget to put them in parentheses. I forgot that on the last side, but that's something important for you. So your domain would be 2, 0, 1, 1, all in parentheses. Your range then is your y values, 4, 3, and 1. I only need to put 4 once, and I only need to put 1 once. Correction. So just because a number is in there twice does not mean that you need to write it out twice. Does that make sense? So you just have to put 1 in there one time and 4 in there one time because it's involved in that range and domain. So now we've got some word problems. So it says a seahorse swims at a rate of about 5 feet per hour. So you want to make a table of our ordered pairs in which the x coordinate represents the hours And the y-coordinate represents the number of feet for 1, 2, and 4 hours. So here we put in our x, and we put our 1, 2, and 4 hours in, and went, okay, it swims at 5 feet per hour. So after 1 hour, it's at 5. After 2 hours, it's at 10. 3 hours would be 15, so then 4 hours is 20. And then we went ahead and graphed the ordered pairs over here. And if I were to describe this graph, I would just say the points appear to be in a line, because it looks like if I were to connect these up, it would be a straight line going up forever and ever. So I want you to go ahead and try to solve this word problem. 1 square mile is equal to 640 acres. So we're starting off making a table in which the x-coordinate represents the number of square miles and the y-coordinate is the number of acres. So we want to know 1, 2, and 3 square miles. 1 square mile is equal to 640 acres. So after 1, you're at 640. So then at 2, we're just going to have 640 times 2. And I got to type that in to get 1,280. And then 3. So we're going to add another 640 on to get us 1,920. Now when I'm going to graph this, my x's is going to be 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to count up a little higher, and that's miles. And over here we're going to have acres. And we need to go up by way bigger numbers. So I'm going to kind of go up by, let's go up by 500. So I'm going to go up by 500, go up 1, 2, 3 more. It'll be at 1,000. 1, 2, 3 more. 1,500. 1, 2, 3 more. 2,000. Okay. Your y-axis and your x-axis do not have to be going up by the same intervals. So I can go up by 1s on the bottom and 500s on the side. But the amount of spacing that you have between every 500 or every 1 needs to be the same. So you see I go up by 2 every time for my 1, 2, and 3. And since they went up by the same thing every time, that's perfect. And then my 500s, I went 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that works out for me too. So my first one is at 1, 640. So I'm just going to do my best and put it where I think it belongs. We've got 2, 1,280. So that's somewhere in there. And then 3, 1920. So somewhere in here. There we've got them graphed. Describing the graph once again. Our points appear to make a line. So just one thing not to forget about on here, when you create your domains and range, your domain has to be in parentheses. And if it was 1, 2, 3, and 1, you only need to put that 1 in there one time. And the same thing goes for the range as well.